Guess who's really, really poorly still? Spoiler alert, it's me. Okay, so this morning I'm beginning to lose my voice a little bit. I sound very, very deep. I've got stuff I need to do today. I'm going out with a friend and I need to not be sick. I need to not be sick. Plan is to dose myself up with so much prescription medication that the cold doesn't even touch the sides. I can beat this cold, and I will. I refuse to lose my voice. Yesterday, I hit over 28 miles on the 7th day. So I could have done a couple more miles, but because I got a lift home, because I was feeling unwell, I didn't walk. But 29.2 miles is amazing. I'm going to keep going. And we're up to 316 out of 500. I opted to go for a very unhealthy breakfast and have a pie, an apple pie. 10 o'clock in the morning, I suppose I should go and make an effort to get washed and dressed. I need a shower and an exorcism. Only one I can find in this house. It's slightly spitting with rain. I am cold. It's 4 degrees. I will persevere with my challenge and I will smash it. I will have many, many, many drinks later. I am taking the slowest steps ever. If I walk too fast, I can't quite catch my breath. I can really feel it in my chest today. We're taking small steps. I'm not going to cover a huge amount of mileage, but every little helps. Every little step counts towards a mile, and that's what we're aiming to do. What is something that happened to me that I logically can't explain? In 2012, I think it was 2012, I was house sitting for a friend of the family. They had a severely, I think, autistic child, and they said that there was like an entity in this house that used to kind of protect the house, maybe protect him. So I house sat for this family. Well, I think they went to Tunisia or Egypt. They went to kind of one of those places. While I was staying in this house for maybe about a week, and I was living there and then going to work every day, effectively just living in this house. And while I stayed there, there was, you know, when you can have a bit of a sixth sense and you can kind of feel, I don't know, you feel some sort of way, you feel a little bit uncomfortable in these sorts of places. I felt uncomfortable in this house. It was fine to visit for short periods, but I felt uncomfortable in this house. And the longer I stayed there, the more I felt uneasy. Things kept going wrong. One night the dog vomited everywhere and their dog just wouldn't settle. He just wouldn't settle. It was like he was constantly pacing, or he was on top of the stairs or something like that. He just wouldn't settle. Looking back now, that's probably some separation anxiety now that I understand dog behaviour, but it didn't feel like that then. You know, everything I cooked kind of went to shit. The washing machine wouldn't work. It was an unlucky circumstance after unlucky circumstance. It got to a point where, let's put my glasses back on my head. It got to a point where one evening I was sat watching something. It was kind of in the autumn time, close to winter, and it was quite dark outside. Their house had an inner porch and an outer porch outside the front that was locked by 2 doors. One night I was just watching something on TV and there were 3 very large knocks on the front door. Duh, 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 in quick succession. I had locked the outer door to the porch. I had locked the inner front door. There was just a little bit of a square in there in the porch itself. This was on the inner front door. I went to investigate. I'm very creeped out by this point. I'm like ringing my dad. I'm like, did you pop around to come and see me? Has anyone come to check I'm okay? Because it was just down the road from their house. They were like, no, we're still in the house. I was like, well, someone's just knocked at the door. I went to the front door and it was definitely the sound of the inner front door, because I knocked on the inner front door and I knocked on the outer door, and it was definitely the more hollow wooden sound of the inner front door. So I knocked on that in the same fashion, exactly the same sounds. I don't know what made those knocks. 3 quick knocks in succession, very loud, firm knocks. I don't know what made the knocks at the door. There was no one able to get into the inner porch to knock at the front door because it was locked, and it was not the sound of the outer door being knocked. It was the 100% the inside door. And after that, I was terrified. I slept with all the lights on in the house. I was like, there's no way I'm getting caught in some sort of ghost film situation. That is something I logically can't explain. What knocked at the door? No one was there. No one could get into the inner porch. It wasn't the dog. It wasn't any other animals in the house. Do 3 quick succession knocks. I can't explain it. I don't know who it was. I was so freaked out at the time. And that's my story. My very, very quick story, because I'm really poorly. Never you,